Hey guys, Redspartan. So after this alpha, I realized that I needed to probably make a beginner to intermediate guide video as far as the rooms and the strategy for the rooms and different things that people don't know off the bat that might help them if they knew finally or someone told them how to go about things and what to do in certain scenarios. But as always, guys, if you guys subscribe to my channel, that would be great. It would mean a lot to me. Twitch is right here if you guys are interested in following me there and watching me play Breach when it finally comes out, or the alphas when they release. Let's hop right into the guide. So in the deliver the artifacts to the drone room, it is where you need to deliver one artifact to the drone in a sequence of 3 different times. So what your team needs to do is you need to work together to deliver this artifact to the drone, which means clearing the way for one person to make it to the drone back and forth. You could literally do one person delivers the artifact and then one person sits and waits and kills like random mobs while 2 people are escorting the person that is delivering the artifact. And then the person that is waiting, trying to look for where the next artifact is going to be, they quickly jump to where that is, they grab the artifact, and then they deliver it to the drone, while people then again are escorting that person to where the drone is. This needs to be a teamwork effort. Everyone needs to work together to be able to get the artifact to the drone. Now let's talk about the defeat the enemies room. Now this is pretty obvious. You just need to defeat the enemies. But there are certain strategies that make this easier. For instance, being all together where all the enemies are going to pool in on all of you guys makes this a lot easier. If you guys are separated, you are literally separating all the enemies so they are in different locations. Also, if you guys are all together, the demon Vale or Vale demon will then pool elites to you, not knowing that they're even doing this. So what this does is that makes it so you can do AoE damage to the elite and damage to the enemies that are already pooling to you. Now with this, that unknowingly for the Vale demon makes it so that you're going to get a big chunk of the defeat the enemies tab because you defeated the elite, and you're also getting all of the enemies that are pooling in with it by the NPCs. This is once again a collective effort that you guys need to work together and stay together. Escort the drone. So this can be worked in 2 different ways. You guys could all pool in on one drone and escort it by killing all the mobs and getting it there. The only downside to this is that the demon Vale or Vale demon is only working on that one drone with you guys, and he's trying to stop it by possessing an elite or a strong minion and going on top of the drone. Or you guys could split up in a team of 2 and 2. And then 2 people deliver the drone, one drone, and 2 people deliver the other drone. In all these rooms, there's always 2 drones. Or you could do a 3-in-1. The 3-in-1 is a little more dangerous. I would probably do a warrior or tank as the one and the healer with the other group. These are all different ways, but you guys need to realize that this is where you guys need to do the objectives. All these objectives are on a timer, and the drone is probably, if you guys are not working together, the hardest one as far as on a timer, besides the shard one, but we will talk about the shard one in a little bit. So let's talk about capture the uplinks. Now, with this one, I see a lot of people not standing on top of the uplinks at all. They are literally just killing monsters, thinking that this is helping someone else to capture uplinks. This is not the case. Once again, with the defeat the enemies room, the NPCs will automatically pool to you. So what you need to do as a hero is you need to go to an uplink. Do not all pool onto one uplink. Yes, this makes the one uplink faster, but once again, the same thing with the deliver the drone is this also makes it so the Vale demon can stand on top of it with you, and then you guys are all contributing towards one uplink, and it's not helping you all at all. So in this video that you guys are seeing, you guys saw that we split up. We had a group of 2 hit one uplink. We had a group of 1 go to another uplink, and then I went to another uplink. And then we all pulled in on the last uplink that was not finished together, making it so we literally defeated this room in a matter of seconds because of teamwork. Let's move on to the next one. So in the collect the Vale beacons from enemies, this is another one where you're mixing the collect the artifact with the defeat the enemies. This is mixing those two together. This needs to be a team effort as well, where you all understand that if you pool together, all the enemies will come to you, and you'll be able to kill the enemies to get the Vale beacons to deliver them to the drones. So this one you guys are watching that we're literally splitting up, but I realized that we have snipers somewhere. So one person, I would have to say, would go and get the snipers or whatever, because typically in these rooms you're going to have ranged NPCs. Or you guys could all defeat the melee NPCs and then go all for the ranged NPCs, or vice versa, go for the ranged NPCs, and all the melee NPCs will then follow you guys to the ranged NPCs, and then you'll be able to kill the melee NPCs. I feel like there's a lot of NPC talk, but you get the gist. If you pool the enemies together, you'll be able to collect all the shards, and then everyone needs to understand that you need to hand in these shards. In this room, you don't have much time to get this done. So what does all this mean for the Vale Demon? Well, for the Vale Demon, this means that you need to understand what the heroes need to do and what they have to do to accomplish what they need to do. So for the defeat the enemies room, maybe try to separate the heroes. Make it so the NPCs are not all together, not all pulled together. Maybe possess an NPC and take it far away. Do this multiple times. Make it so that they have to work for what they need to do. Don't fight them, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to fight them so they could kill your NPCs and then win the room. In the deliver the drone, maybe put an elite on one drone and then go with the stronger NPC on the other drone and stand on top of it, so that people are fighting the elite on the other side, and then you're also making it so the guy on the other drone is having a hard time because you're standing on top of it. With the uplink capture, maybe the same strategy as the drone. Put an elite on one, maybe make it so try to make it so it's an arranged elite, so they have to get off of the uplink to be able to defeat the elite that's damaging them from afar, and then stand on top of another uplink. Maybe put up walls, just like with the defeat the enemy, where they can't even get to an uplink. These are all different strategies. You need to understand the rooms and what the heroes need to do to win those rooms, and then make them have a hard time doing that. I would have to say the biggest strategy for a Vale Demon is not so much trying to kill all the heroes before they get to the boss room, as opposed to making them use all the potions before they get to the boss room. The boss room is on its own hard enough without you adding to it. You're going to add to it and make it harder, but if they all have potions to use to help each other out, to alleviate the healer and make it so the healer can focus on one person while the other people who have a lot of potions can use their potions. So what does this mean? That means in every room, try to do as much damage as you can where they feel like they have to use a potion. Maybe make it so the healer can't heal them at all because he's busy with whatever you're doing to him, and so people are stressed and they have to use potions because the healer isn't able to heal them because he's worried about himself. That being said, also heroes, make sure you're picking up potions in every room that you can. They're going to be highlighted. You need to pick them up, because when the healer is going to be put in its place by the Vale Demon, that is where you need to step in and help him out, because once everyone's dead and the healer is the only one that can revive, he is not going to be able to revive you if the Vale Demon knows what he's doing. That is not going to be a thing. Even when it's a tank that is seemingly unkillable, he will not be able to get you guys, because if the Vale Demon has the right kit, he will be able to knock him down and make it so he'll never be able to revive you guys, and make it so he has to be the only one that defeats the room and makes it so the Vale Demon has no NPCs to help him while he's knocking him down. Now when it comes to fighting bosses, there are some bosses that have a certain AoE that also displays a red circle underneath them when they do it. Now, for the case of the Oni, he'll actually suck you guys all in, and then at the end of the sucking, there'll be a red circle that moves out from his body to the very end. Now, at the end of this circle is when the damage is done. I see so many people while they're being sucked in by the Oni and trying to dodge out of it instead of just doing damage to them while they're being sucked in. They're not getting damaged while they're being sucked in. What you need to do is while you're getting sucked in, damage him. And then when you see that circle starting to go out from his body, then you will dodge out while that's happening. That's when you dodge out. I see everyone using all their charges of dodges while they're being sucked in, and then they're not even able to dodge his actual damage. Also, with most bosses, there is different things that you need to do for each boss, and just like in every MMO or RPG or action RPG, there's things with each boss that if you don't do them, they will make it so your time with that boss is a lot harder. For instance, with the Oni, there's globes. If you don't destroy those globes, then when he does his AoE damage, the damage that he does will be significant because he sucks in the globes and it increases his damage. For the instance of Ra, he has orbs that come, the columns that are around him, they come up and there's an orb in there. And while those orbs are in place, there's lasers that are going to be popping on you guys left and right. If you do not focus these orbs, then you guys will die. There's no doubt in my mind. Even if the Vale Demon was not doing anything at all, if you don't get these orbs, you are going to lose this fight. For the instance with the tree, the giant trench, he has walls that pop up that segregate you guys, and he has NPCs that come and fight you guys. Now, you could have a person that's getting the NPCs while everyone else is damaging the Trent. He is probably the easier one out of all of them, but he's going to do more damage as his own person. His fight is about separating you guys and rooting people in place and stun locking people in place. He doesn't have mechanics like the Oni and the Ra where they're going to do a significant amount of damage because you didn't get rid of something. It's about working as a team and having a healer that's going to be adequate enough to make sure everyone is healed up in their place that they need to be. Now let's talk about some easy steps to be able to achieve victory in rooms. For one, dodging. When you see a red circle underneath you, dodge. Dodge alone makes you so you're invulnerable during that period of time that you are dodging. So you could dodge through things. Besides physical objects like a cage or an actual physical wall, you cannot dodge through those. But if there's an electricity wall or something that's going to pop up like spikes from the ground while you are dodging, those spikes will not hit you. That being said, also, when spikes have already spiked up through the ground, you will not be spiked per se by them because they have already done their initial spike damage. But dodging on top of a frozen land and you at the end of your dodge are in that frozen land, you will then be rooted into place because you are no longer dodging and that frozen piece of land is still doing its job other than the spikes. See right here, we did not dodge at all. I think I might have been out of dodges at that time. I don't know what, maybe I was talking to my team, maybe I was looking at chat, but it's just a case where it was obvious that I should have dodged. The Vale Demon was able to put some work into my health, and then the Arcane Mender was not able to heal us adequately. So let's talk about some things I would like people to do before they jump into a match of versus at all. There's single player. You could learn your classes there. You could even learn the Vale Demon there. You're going to fight against the AI heroes, and you can learn all your abilities and what they do and what they can't do and where they're best used in that. Granted, the AI in that is not so smart. They're not going to be as aggressive as players, but it still is going to give you a little bit of knowledge as to what your job is and how to obtain it. That being said, also, you can use co-op as a way to learn your class and to level up and to get gear. These are all things that the Vale Demon in the co-op is not going to be as aggressive. You're going to be able to learn the rooms. You're going to be able to learn how to most efficiently do the room without the Vale Demon being really aggro on top of you. These are all things that if you just do maybe 5 matches in these alone, you will learn a lot. Maybe practice your dodges while you're in there, because the Vale Demon that is controlled by a person might be a little more creative into how to get you to not have a dodge or not realize you need to use a dodge. That's going to be more prevalent in versus than it is going to be in a co-op match. There's so many things that I see new players coming in, especially since the Alienware giveaway, and it's not a big deal, but there's people that are just feeling like the Vale Demon is just overpowered, and it's not the case really. If your heroes work together and they do their job adequately enough, the Vale Demon, in my opinion, right now in the state of the game is actually underpowered. There are some certain Vale Demons that are annoying, and they do, and if played by a really good player, can actually wipe a whole team on a consistent basis. But at the same time, if the heroes are, if you have a team that's always working together, like I would have to say 7 times out of 10 the heroes are going to win, and then you're going to have those 3 times where the Vale Demon is going to win. That doesn't mean the Vale Demon is underpowered. It just means that you have 4 people, if they're working together and they're doing their job, that they will get to the end of the boss in a sufficient amount of time, where it feels like they rushed there. To the Vale Demon, he's just like, he's probably at that point stressed if you got there as quick as you did. Alright guys, that's the video I wanted to put out there to help people out to learn this game. Whether these guides helped you guys out at all, if you were an intermediate person and maybe you learned something that I might have put out there, or maybe you thought of a strategy because I describe the rooms and what to do in the rooms. I hope this video helped everyone out. If it didn't help you out and you actually know a couple more tips that would help a couple people out, please leave a comment down below. If you guys could like this video, that would be amazing. If you guys could subscribe to my channel that to be posted as to future videos, I'm going to try to pick up or write down a couple more guides and tips to be able to help people from intermediate to advanced. I hope to help everyone out. That's the whole point of me launching these videos. I want to make it so we have an amazing community, that we all have fun, play this game. I'm going to try to help Vale Demons out become better. I'm going to try to help heroes out become better. And I want to release more videos to help you guys out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.